Anson, thank you so much. One of the worst things about asking Anson to do my induction is that I have to follow him. But one of my fondest memories of Anson is it was my sophomore year of college, and Anson would meet with us and talk about our playing careers and our performance and what we could do better, but he also talked to us about our future, our current grades, and then what we were going to look to do after college. And I remember Anson telling me, you know, Cindy, I think you should coach. You'd be a great coach. And as a true 18-year-old, I looked at him and said, okay. And I remember walking away from that meeting saying, that guy has no idea what he's talking about. And here I am over 20 years later, and have been coaching ever since I retired from playing. So Anson, thanks for your insight, as well as your friendship and mentorship. What a great event. This is really amazing. Thank you to everyone here. Thank you for everyone who voted for me. Thanks to the U.S. Soccer, to the Hunt family, and to the Hall of Fame. Congrats to my fellow inductees. You all are very deserving. Don Garber, Brad Friedel, Dr. Bob, and the one and only Tiffany Milbray. It's so cool to be able to be inducted with one of my teammates and friends. You know, as I was thinking about what to talk about today, what I kept coming back to were the people. The people that have supported me, challenged me, lifted me up, and paved the path for me. There are so many that have helped me get here today to where I could stand before you and receive this amazing award. A special thanks to those that came before me, that paved the path. Billie Jean King, Mary Harvey, Michelle Akers, Julie Foudy, Mia Hamm, Carla Overbeck, and many more. The sacrifices you all made and the standard that you set for me and for the ones to come after me was truly amazing. To my coaches, I've been so fortunate to have so many great coaches. My club coach, Mike Mitchner, my ODP coach, Randy Evans, my high school coach, Coach Klingenberg, my pro coach, Tom Stone, Anson and Dino at UNC, and Tony, Lauren, Greg, and April on the national team. Thank you all so much for believing in me, for giving me the opportunity to play, and for pushing me to be the best player I possibly could be. I know I couldn't always be the easiest player to coach, although Anson made me look like it was really easy. To my teammates, half of which are already in the Hall of Fame, which is pretty amazing. I've had so many great teammates from my youth days to UNC, to the pro team, all the way to the national team. And while winning regional championships, national championships, World Cups, gold medals, we're all incredible. What I'll forever carry with me are the moments in the locker rooms, the hours in the locker rooms, and hotels, and restaurants, and traveling around the country. Because they taught me so many things throughout my career. You know, I joined the national team when I was 17, so I was able to spend many formative years around some of the best people and the best leaders in the world. To share a few stories about my teammates, on my first trip with the national team, I was 17, and as everyone has said, I didn't speak very much. And they roomed me with Mia Hamm. So I'm 17. I still have a poster of her up on my wall at home at this point. And now I'm rooming with Mia Hamm, and I don't know the social norms when you're on a national team trip and rooming with the Mia Hamm. And so she gets a phone call. And I was like, do I stay in the room? Do I leave the room? If I leave the room, how long do I leave? And then in the morning, do I brush my teeth first, or do I let her brush her teeth first? What's the protocol here? But Mia, being the ultimate teammate, just put me at ease immediately and welcomed me onto the team because she joined the team at age 15, so she knew how it felt. And then Carla Overbeck, I call her my captain for life. She taught me what a true leader is. And that's just to name a couple of instances with my teammates. But they have helped shape who I am today. To my club, North Carolina FC, thank you for supporting me. You know, coaches have a great opportunity to truly impact people's lives in a positive way. And this is why I've stayed in coaching for so long. And NCFC believes in my vision that coaches are educators, and we have a responsibility to not only coach the athlete, but to coach the person. And thank you to Steve, Gary, and John for being here today to support me. I would like to say thank you to all the players that I've coached and their families. Thank you for teaching me every day, for trusting me, but most of all, for making my family a part of your family. I truly cherish my time on the field with the kids, and I love teaching and guiding them in soccer and in life. In the words of the great Tony DeChico, he would always tell us at national team camp, he'd yell at, "I love my job." And we all thought he was crazy, but now I get it. I absolutely love my job. To Goals for Girls and its founder, Ian Oliver, thank you for giving me the opportunity to travel to developing countries to help women and young girls learn about our game and all the life lessons that you can learn through it. And to two of my very best friends who flew in today, surprised me, I did not know they were coming, Heather and Danielle. One of my favorite stories about Heather is she was getting married on July 3rd, 1999. So I had a little something going on during the month of July in 1999. And she asked me to be in her wedding, and I told her I didn't think I could, that we had this little World Cup going on. And it was the day before the semifinal. And boy, was she not happy with me. But luckily, once the tournament kicked off and she realized what it was all about, because she was not a soccer person, she promptly called me and said she finally understood, and I was forever forgiven. And till this day, we are best friends. And Danielle Slayton, so life on the national team isn't always glamorous, and there are some days where you just really are not looking forward to practice. And on those days, Danielle was always by my side, dragging me out by my ponytail and encouraging me that today was going to be a great day and it was an opportunity for us both to get better. And so thank you both for your friendship. And Danielle, thank you for forgiving me for breaking your nose. To my family, to my parents, you guys have been my rock. You have supported me, encouraged me along the way. You allowed me to leave home a year early when I know you weren't ready for it, entrusted Anson to take care of me at the young age of 17 to join UNC. So thank you for all the sacrifices you have made. And to my brothers, Rick, Joe, and Larry, my youngest brother, Larry, is here today. We were latchkey kids. And so one of the great things about being a latchkey kid is that you have this window of unsupervised time before your parents get home. And Mom and Dad, don't worry, we used it very wisely every day. We became innovators. So what we did is we created all sorts of games and competitions. But the thing is they all seem to have punching, kicking, and hitting each other in some way, shape, or form. And to this day, my brothers take all the credit for my success on the soccer field because they made me the tough athlete that I am today. But seriously, my brothers have been my biggest fans, and I love that you are here today, Larry, and with your kids, Hudson and Harper. It's so great to celebrate this moment with you. And to the love of my life, John, thank you for always believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, and for supporting me. You are an amazing husband and father, and life is so much more fun with you by my side, and I love watching you with our son. To our son, Steve, thank you for coming into this world and immediately changing our lives for the better. I hope that you will be as lucky as I have been, to grow up surrounded by love and encouragement, to dream big, to embrace failure and learn from it, and to do something you love. Unfortunately, I can't share the moments from my playing career with you, but I do get to share the people. To all of you who have helped me get to this point, I hope to have your love, support, and encouragement for the next 40 years of my life. You know, when I look back on my playing career and coaching career, so much of who I am stems from my experience in our wonderful game. My values were instilled in me at a young age, and then were reinforced through my years playing soccer. Perseverance, hard work, integrity, love, tolerance, respect, compassion, and last but not least, service. I would like to share a few of the things that I've learned from our game. First, the people on your team are much more important than the players on your team. Carla Overbeck and Julie Foudy taught me a great lesson at my first training camp with the national team. I was a quiet kid, and the two captains came into my hotel room and sat on the end of my bed and talked with me for 30 minutes. I should say talked at me, because I don't think I responded or said a single word. But in this moment, they taught me something that I will never forget. Because the whole time they were talking to me, I was wondering, why are they in my room and talking to me? I'm just this 16, 17-year-old kid. But I realized that it didn't matter if I was 16 or 17 or the veteran on the team, the worst player or the best player, that every person on the team should be treated with compassion and respect, because they all hold great value. There is no substitution for integrity and hard work. One of the great things about joining the national team at 17 was that I spent so many years with these great people. And while everyone was very talented, what I was most impressed by was how hard everyone worked and the level of integrity that everyone held themselves to. I remember numerous fights in practice, whether the ball was inbounds or out of bounds, and whose ball it was, whether it was a goal or not a goal. And it wasn't that they were so competitive that they were willing to cheat. They would have put their lives on the line and swear that it was their ball. And it was just such an amazing environment to be a part of. Third, behind every successful athlete is a team of people supporting them. Parents, friends, mentors, administrators, managers, athletic trainers, doctors. I am so grateful for my support team, but I wish I had seen much less of my doctors. To quote Einstein, "The more I know, the more I realize how much I don't know." I'm a believer that I can learn something from everyone. I try to learn every day from my colleagues, friends, and players. By learning every day, life never gets boring. Soccer is a universal language and can and should be used to build bridges, increase tolerance of others, and teach life skills. Let's continue to use our game to make the world a better place. Wanting to be the best and being a great team player can both be accomplished at the same time. I was so competitive as a kid and wanted to be the best player on every team, and I wanted to win every game, that I rarely took the time to support others on my team. As you saw in the video, it wasn't until I got on the national team that I actually had the attitude that you saw Julie and Carla talking about. It was the first time I was able to look outside of myself and truly see the value in each of my teammates, and to genuinely want all of them to succeed, whether it meant they took my starting position or not. Everyone has the ability to make a positive impact on someone's life. No matter how old you are, what your title is, or how much money you have, you can choose to positively impact others' lives. And last but not least, my secret to a great life is to surround yourself with people who make you laugh, challenge you to be better, and love you unconditionally. Thank you.